Evening all, how we doing? Oh, cut that a bit fine. How's it going? Happy Monday, start of a shiny new week, second week of, oh bugger, the year 2024, which I keep for some weird reason want to call 2022. I don't know why. I seem to be going backwards in time, not forwards, at least in my brain anyway. I cleaned my mouse pad over the weekend. Put it back on this afternoon, I've already got crap all over it. How the hell have I done that? I don't know. Anyway, hope you're off to a better start of your week than I am of mine. A little bit later than planned. Not terribly surprisingly, it is me after all. As always, dinner took a bit longer than expected, and I was like, right, oh, I'm ready to go, and everything's working. Wait, that doesn't look right. Oh, crap. For some reason, all my monitors are all over the place, as they sometimes do when things boot up. Like the wrong background and the wrong resolution and off-centered, and it's just a sign something's not gone right in the boot up. But we fixed it with another restart. Now we're ready to go. So we'll see how much we get done today, but yeah, kick things off with a few adventures in space. I had planned to post something on Instagram today, actually, as well, but ran out of time for that. My build with the new prefab and Fallout's coming on okay, though. That's quite cool. That thing is humongous. I knew it was big, but I didn't quite grasp how big. It's just not quite right. Hang on. So, yeah, it was... So far, the frame rates are okay, as long as I don't try and move the damn thing anyway, and then everything grinds to a halt, but otherwise, it's going alright. Still got to put a bit of time in this evening on that, though, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. Anyway, hope you folks are all doing well. Yeah, get yourself settled in, and we'll rock and roll. Yeah, so last time, way back, like 2.5 weeks ago, which feels like it was longer ago than that, but also feels like it was a lot less time than that, because, you know, the wibbly-wobbly time seep. Last time, we headed to Earth at the behest of Sarah from an alternate universe, and investigated the location of the next artefact piece, which, as it turned out, was Cape Canaveral. where NASA had been experimenting on it, and it was somehow, in some sort of way, involved in the development of the first grav drives, which went on to be the cause of Earth's magnetosphere destabilising. These early piss-poor designs, apparently, and resulted in humanity having to abandon Earth. So if we hadn't gained the ability to go to the stars, we wouldn't have had to abandon Earth, which is interesting. So that was a whole thing, and yeah, they managed to eventually fix the problem, but not before it was way too late for Earth. We also found out that the guy who was sort of behind all of the initial research on gravity drives had encountered, I think, a starborn? I'm not sure. Something or someone who basically said, yeah, this is going to happen. It's also, the outcome will be the destruction of Earth, and humanity will have to leave Earth. So we kind of knew that the outcome was going to be what it was going to be before they all left. But it was clearly also handed incomplete information as well. So that thing was, yeah, quite the revelation. For now, though, which came first? Oh, not really. It was fairly clear. Looks like it was a setup from another dimension. Although the question of what happened in the original version is a bit more open. But yeah, he caused a situation, knowing what he was going to do would cause it, and then yeah. He knew what the outcome was going to be, and that if he didn't press on, the problem would never arise, but he pressed on anyway, caused the problem, and forced humanity out to space by result of making this thing. So he deliberately caused the destruction of humanity's home world in order to advance humanity, kind of. It's a bit weird. It's all good, though. Anyway, today we're going to take a little detour away from all of that, and we're going to go and see what's happening on Paradiso, the resort world, I guess you would call it. Holiday resort. Because my very, 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 very first arrival there, very long time ago. In fact, I wasn't even arriving there. I was just passing through on my way to somewhere else. Didn't even land. Got me a message from the security chief saying there's trouble and could I go and talk to him? Or something to that effect. It was a very long time ago. I don't remember. This is episode 49. Crikey. And that probably happened in about episode 5 or so. Or in between, or something like that. It was a long time ago anyway. So, we're finally going to head back to Paradiso, because I was sure that the main story was going to send me here, but it appears it's not actually sending me here. I came here based on... I don't think we went to the Red Mile, but we didn't actually go to Paradiso. We did go there, actually, to marry Sarah, before her untimely demise, but... yeah, it's been a whole thing. It's been quite the journey, and it's been emotional. So, we're all doing well. Evening Tenga, evening Brad, evening Gray. How are we doing? What's going on here? Nothing. That's what. That's all good. So, let's fire this up and make sure, well, and hopefully nothing will blow up and it'll all go fine. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I just remembered I need to, one of the many things I need to have a look into sorting. So that one's done. Right. At the start of this year, every time I write out a page of ideas and things that I need to do, well, more of a to-do list than ideas, I kind of cross it off and then I immediately have another page to do. Normally I don't feel like it's quite so constant, but that's life, isn't it? Anyway, that looks promising, so shall we? We have an OBS slag there. Okay. It claims something wibbly's going on with OBS. Let's just have a look and see if it's just being a bit whingy or not. That one. Yeah, it's just being a bit whingy. That seems about right. It'll probably settle in just a moment. Anyway. Not dropping frames, having the it's just being a bit whiny. We'll be fine, probably. Is it? Yeah, no, it looks alright. It's just a bit whingy. That's fine. Right. So, I headed back to my outpost for reasons, mostly to finish off that build, I think. And, yeah. I have to dive in, figure out what I'm going to do next, and then dive into that build in the next few days. But, yeah, got to finish this Fallout one first. That's the plan for, well, mostly for this evening and tomorrow. Should be cool. I'm about halfway through building that, decorating up that prefab. It's freaking huge, but going okay so far. So, here we are. Nasoy. So, got a whole bunch of stuff that we could do. The thing I really want to do is go to Paradiso and meet Jiro Sugiyama, I think? Something like that? Sugiyama? Yeah, Jiro, the security officer, who has a sensitive matter to discuss. We've got a whole bunch of little bits and pieces that are ongoing, and Revelation will be the move towards the end game of the main story, but I want to cross off some other bits and pieces first, so that's what we're going to do. Also, I need to go and find some ammo. Let's do that first, actually. We'll stop off at places where I can buy ammo. Where would be a good place to buy ammo? A few spots, really. Let's try Neon first, shall we? See how my beast of a ship's looking. You good? Glad everybody's doing okay.
Yeah, boss?
I say Wingy, you think Wingy and up there. Did I kill her up there or did I get her somewhere else? I can't remember. I can't remember the sequence necessary to get through Deathleap. It was fun though. I do remember enjoying it.
Hey, now the party can get started. Finally.
Up and up and up and up and up and up we go. Somebody else off into my chair. Oh, it's Vasco who's got a habit of being in the middle of my ship for some weird reason. As opposed to staying in the cargo bay, which would make a lot more sense. I think I moved a few controls around since the last time I played this, because I had to set a whole load of stuff back up again with the changes to, you know, uninstalling Windows and stuff, so see how this actually goes.
3, 2, 1, go! Recalculating.
Oh, we got company, huh?
And orbit stabilizing. Perfect.
There's red lights, I can't see the target. What they had in mind. Got everything else and all.
Down goes their crab drive.
Down goes their ship. Couple of little shots and a passing shot from a missile, and they're away. That was pretty effective, really on it. Right. We're going to stop by Neon first so I can find some bullets. So, volley. Alpha. Looks for me. Evening all, how it in? Joe can't wait to move to Windows 11, so you're downloading that as you speak. Oh, fun. Sounds like a parallel off-screen. Can't upgrade to Windows because apparently my PC doesn't meet the minimum specs. Seems a bit weird that, but, you know, apparently not.
Alright, we're done. Have a good...
Yeah, not bad, thanks, though. Little tired. But, otherwise good. That's on our to-do list as well. Region. I think we'll start here, shall we? See if he's got any ammunition. Because I am running a smidge on the low side. So what do I need? A 43 MI, I think. No? Yeah? 0.43 magnetic injection, or whatever it's got, induction, or whatever. MI, anyway.
Come on in, please. Have a good look around.
I'd like to, but okay.
Joining the merchants. Absolutely. Here's everything I currently have in stock.
Not the best voice ever, that one. Probably not the worst I've ever heard either. He doesn't have ammo. I have everything you could possibly need, except the thing you need to stay alive. Oh, fun times, Gray. Seems like a rather backward step rather than a forward one there for you.
You need to move some merch. This is the place.
Maybe I could do one of these. Let's do some business.
Always happy to take your money.
Yeah, 43 MI. Do you have what I need? No, you do not. Suppose I've got anything I need to sell, have I? Well, yeah, actually, I do. We tried that out. It was fun, but not quite good enough. Actually, that was the one we tried out, but either way. Oh, yeah. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Not quite good enough, though, and I can't afford to sell it anyway. That's pretty good as well. Yeah, not good enough though. NASA lab uniform. I'm keeping that because it's a NASA one. It's quite cool. Probably stash most of that on my ship. What else did I want to do? Let's see if you've got... That's for me. A few grenades. Fuck you. That's that. I've been so offended all my life.
If you feel like making, let me know if we can make it.
Right, you got what I need? You do not. I might have to make a switch over in weaponry before long, seeing as this is not like keeping this equipped with ammunition seems to be a bit of a problem. You got any interesting grenades? Nope. Interesting clothes? Doesn't look like. Nope, doesn't look like. Oh well.
Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Thanks for nothing. Oh well, I'll have to try somewhere else, won't we, in a minute? Backward step seems to be the theme of the company. Yep. I hear that's how you manage your business. Fastest way to become a millionaire. Start out as a billionaire and blow all your money on stupid ideas. I'm paraphrasing, but it's still true. Seems to have been inadvertently switched to my shotgun. Didn't mean to. We'll try Kula City next. See if we can find any ammo there. Hopefully we'll be a bit more fortunate this time around.
This never gets old. Lift off.
The timing was better on that one. I do like that engine sound, I've got to admit. Way up here. Nice.
Look at that view.
I thought I changed the scanner button to something else, but I can't seem to recall if I did, and what I might have changed it to.
3-star space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband.
Now wondering. Not that one. That one. Okay. Open scanners on mouse 5. Repairs on mouse 4. Okay. That way, hopefully, I don't accidentally hit it all the time by catching F at the same time as G, which is what I was doing. So I moved it to my thumb. If I don't have any luck here, I might have to switch over to the gun I got from the Crimson Fleet quest line. I forget the name of it now. It's a Magshare, I think it was. Unique one. It's very good. Fluff on my shoulder. Oh, I know what that is. It's come off the wall. It's not fluff at all. Right. The party. Ooh, bit wibbly there. Alright, reckon we're gonna have any luck this time.
I get on. Take a look around. Feel free to look around.
Am I? There we are, that's what I need. Yeah, that's the one. Better. No.
I don't do. Sure, look. Okay, but if you start shooting up the town.
No luck in Neon, but we're having a lot more luck here in Aquila. I suppose we're going to have any luck in here, but we'll try it. Before we bomb round to Laredo.
Welcome to Aquila. The Trade Authority looks to partner with... Happy to.
It does. I'll be damned. Double the amount of ammo I've got already. I might not have to visit New Atlantis. I missed the door. Right.
I'm pleased you chose to visit us today.
You sure?
Here's what I have in stock right.
Not terribly surprised she doesn't have it, being as they don't do magnetic induction guns. But it's okay. I think I've got enough ammo for now. We'll head off to Paradiso and see what troubles are brewing. I am curious. Ah, so this particular issue is still a problem. random block here. It keeps appearing. It's solid from the top, solid from the front, but completely invisible from this side. And also not solid. We did have this issue last time, didn't we? Okay, set on.
Fascinate me.
There's a really condescending comment of Barrett's there. Right, let's go. Thought of a thing, but I thought of a couple of things. Firstly, I'm assuming this is not real Sarah Morgan, who I can now assign anywhere, which I think is the case because I sided with her. But that would freak people the hell out when she walks back into the lodge again, having come from another galaxy, or another dimension. It's presumably not going to stick around. Vasco is still here, is he? Okay. Interesting that he didn't seem to be following me around, any?
Looks good. Buckle up and let's go. Orbital insertion complete.
Securing that.
Now move freely about.
When? Paradiso. Let's go. All three of the, well,
Grab jump spinning down.
no, that's just those three systems. I thought for a minute there was a more star systems with the same basic layout in the system map than there are, but there are three. Porima, as the main planet that you land on, i.e. with Paradiso, is here, and other stuff going on at top. Volae Alpha, where Neon is, always here, and Xion, where Aquila is, also. Aquila is always here. Whereas, obviously, Jemison's up here and Hopetown's over here. So, and I think Mars is somewhere over here, actually, in the solar system. But, yeah, it's amazing how many of them have this basic layout, and the main point of interest is just slightly bottom right. Which is kind of convenient because of all the drop down on that side over there. But, still, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I want to arrive in the daytime, I think, so we're going to have a quick nap before we do that. Jiggling my ship around by accident. I should avoid falling to my death. Let's go. Nice. Bit longer than I needed to. Guess the days are a bit shorter over there. Stradeclan's ships are revolutionary in many ways, but intense competition has leveled the playing field. Basically, they're all roughly equally as good. I thought that was Vasco for a minute. It's not. I'd like to know where Vasco is. He's on my ship somewhere, but he doesn't seem too inclined to follow me. He's supposed to be my active companion, I think. think. Let's go, buddy. You here? Because you were wedged in the floor earlier, and now you're conspicuous by your absence, Sonny Jim. Yeah, he says he's here. Let's not screw that up, break my legs inside my own ship. Maybe a little pop back out the door will help. There he is.
Hi. Please, good day, Captain.
So, he's over there, this fella I need to know. Paradiso, Paradiso. It's quite the sight. He's not following me. It's a bit weird. Oh wait, there he comes. There he comes. A little bit behind the times.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Your place looks a little banged up, buddy. This jacket's a surprisingly low res, given everything else is generally better looking. No chair, buddy. Oh well. Huh, interesting. Suppose that's why his desk faces that way, because that's not the main entrance to his office. It's the side door.
Hope you're staying safe out there.
Right. Chief.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service.
Sugiyama, there we go.
Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
Well, I know it's been a while, but you called me. Are you affiliated with the UC or Freestar Collective?
Neither. We're our own private force. The Paradiso group pays top dollar for top-notch security. And I dare say we're some of the best in the business. We have to be out here on the fringes of the settled systems.
I imagine so. They attract quite wealthy customers. What kind of trouble do you run out into a resort?
Honestly, it's not as exciting as you might think most of the time.
Must be pretty boring then.
We're just handling drunk and disorderly conduct. Heck, even
sounds about right.
leave us alone for the most part. I think it's because some of them actually vacation here. As long as they're not bothering anyone, we've been told not to worry about them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Except the pirates having vacations, but yeah.
Yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences.
Let's go back to the ship, please.
Before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
Instead of swear, yeah, just hurry up to what you want already, and you think I was but you not in UC or Freestar, how bad can punishment be?
You're right. We're not. Which means we're not bound by anyone's laws but our own. In other words, it's our system and our rules. Neither the UC nor the Freestar Collective will help you.
That makes that pretty clear, doesn't it? Basically, you play by my rules, or you will leave with no kneecaps. Sure, I'll help you out.
Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It's now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions.
Interesting. What do you think we're dealing with? Don't respond to comms. What kind of ship? What kind of ship is it?
It bears no discernible markings or allegiances to any manufacturers we're aware of. I'm hoping that doesn't mean we're dealing with some sort of new deep space threat.
Didn't respond to communications.
Not quite. It took some time, but we received a transmission. It was all, pardon the phrasing, it sounded almost alien, like nothing anyone's heard before. Clicks, distorted groans, buzzing, really disturbing sounds.
Collect a ship.
Engineers says it could just be some busted comm equipment or incompatible signals, but we're not sure. So far, no one's disembarked from the ship. No landing craft, nothing. We don't have the staff or ships to spare, otherwise we'd dock with it and attempt to board.
I think I see where this is going. Down the crapper in a hurry, probably. What do you think we're dealing
Can't
with?
say for sure. Looks worn, but not cobbled together like a Crimson Fleet junker. Others have been saying it's some new Varun design, a gigantic battleship with hidden armaments preparing for assault. But that doesn't check out either. There's also been talk about non-human sentient life. The comms data we received might support that, but humanity's spread far and wide and no one's ever encountered anything like that. Still, first contact. Could you imagine?
Yeah, sounds like a delicate situation, all right.
It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, you may have to try boarding. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who or whatever's on board.
I thought stealth was going to be the way, but maybe not so much.
Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through him, and he'll have your pay. Good luck.
Okay.
Your safety is our #1 priority.
You enjoyed this one? Yeah, seems interesting so far. Definitely a potentially interesting setup. We'll see what goes down here, I guess. So pretty here. It's kind of the point, but yeah, still, it's pretty here. Creak there as the thing moved forward, so that was interesting. A lot of little details in the sound in this game.
Pumping retros. Orbit achieved. Stable.
Yeah. Must be the ship. There's them already here, eh?
Rising. Done.
Ah, there it is. Just can't see because my headlights on me. On my ship. Level 3. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting. It's expecting to see. So let's try hailing. In frequencies open, Captain. Hello. Could you repeat that? Sorry, you're breaking up. Try a different channel. What? Could you repeat that? Well, that didn't work. Try a different channel. No dice. Let's try introducing myself. Don't understand you. Can you hear me? Something wrong with your communications array? Still nothing. Do you need help? We're not going to get anything useful there either. No. Don't think this is working. I'm going to attempt to dock and we'll talk face to face. Nice and slowly. And where's the... Oh, there's the docker. I was trying to remember where the docker on my ship actually is.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
That was not the button I wanted. Because, I don't know, already undock, that's what I want to do. No, it's not at all, is it?
Perfect.
I want to undock from my chair, not from the ship. Undock my ass from this chair.
Time to cycle the airlock and move.
Right, get up.
You got my undivided attention.
I have? What about that big ass ship out there? That should probably have your undivided attention. Maybe we should both have your divided attention. I don't know. Something like that. Don't dock and undock like that, children are watching. No. This is an intended for adults broadcast. We're after the watershed anyway. Yeah, actually we are. At least in this country anyway. And here we go. Well, it looks very human in its design. My first impression. There's English on the storage containers. That's promising. Sounds like damaged comms equipment then. Probably. Cargo bay in English. That's a face. That's a human face.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I agree with the captain. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed, but we must be ready for it. Now, eyes and ears sharp.
You're human.
Ah! Hello there. Awesome human. Take you're expecting something else. Nice outfit, hon. Didn't know there were other options. No, I'm a weird scary monster with tentacles. Wait, what are you? No, there are other options. I like that one. I quite like the scary monster with tentacles, but you know how this is going to end. You've seen enough hentai to know where this is going now.
Oh, pardon my ignorance. We just didn't expect to find people out here. We didn't think anyone else left Earth before us.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Elders? Left before, probably didn't. Surprised to find any humans. That's interesting. Your starship is unlike any I've ever seen. Tell me about its design.
I don't know all the particulars, but I'll try to answer as best I can. It's a colony ship.
I'm sorry, what?
It was made long ago by our ancestors to sustain our crew over hundreds of years in space through generations of travelers. It's sturdy, fast, and spacious. That last one is important because we had to take as many supplies as possible with us on the journey and still have ample space for our crew.
Interesting. My money here, just guessing, is that they left pre the advent of grav drives and travelled very slowly. Maybe, or with very, very, very inefficient grav drives, and they've only just got here after leaving Earth, probably several hundred years ago, and they are generationally aboard this ship. Like, she didn't leave Earth. She was, she's either left Earth and been in cryofreeze and travelled slowly, or she didn't leave Earth and is like third generation, fourth generation, or something like that.
Sorry.
Also.
Do you have more to say?
I can't quite decide whether their uniforms look like they came out of Galaxy Quest or Power Rangers or both. Take your pick. Hit help. Ask me for some huge favour. Just hit help people on the planet down below. What is this ship?
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
Question is it a shit grav drive or just none at all? You can ask me some huge favour. I'm here to help.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and...
Well, this is interesting. So, this is saying Mass Effect Andromeda to me. You know, they looked at the planet through telescopes and decided where they wanted to make landfall and stuff. So, right, it looks as good as it looked. Well, depend on light lag. Don't know how many light years it might be. Earth to here, probably not very many, I don't think, but still a handful. And they've gone, right, it looked good a couple of years ago. 200 years from now, hopefully it still will be when we get there. Let's go. Which is basically what happened in Mass Effect Andromeda, which is also one we really got to play that sooner or later list. Because we've started playing it several times, so but never actually got to the end of that one either. And we should do, because we've done all the others, haven't we?
Have a ship to run?
Yeah, fair point. You got a pretty intense lipstick on the go there, hun. Considering you didn't think you were meeting humans. So, they want me to discuss colonising Paradiso with the people who beat them to the punch. Let's know more. Maybe we should get away from setup first. You know, those others are human beings and they were here first. That's a fairly big issue. Very, very on point for, you know, stuff going on at the moment. Pretty big ask. 200 years. How long it took you so long here? No, but people service. Survived for 200 years. Communications don't work. Okay, let's start at the top of the ones with the question mark, because that always gets more information. 200 years? How did it take you so long to get here?
Your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us.
It's a nice uniform she's got, though.
I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did.
Yeah, I'm leaning more Galaxy Quest than I am Power Rangers, but there's definitely a bit of that, given that he's in blue, she's in purple, and he's in yellow, you know? I mean, it's also a little bit Star Trek as well, because, you know, that's what Galaxy Quest was nodding at as well, wasn't it? Or tweaking its nose at, thumbing its nose at. But still, there's definitely slight, like, Power Rangers in space vibes, which I believe they did at one stage, didn't they? So you know about the people down there?
We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans.
Yep. Well, she's taken this revelation quite well, so fair play to her at that point. She's saying, "Oh, the technology must have leapfrogged us." Sounds like the prior assumption that maybe people were working on. I mean, the timing lines up as well. They were working on early grav jump technology, and they left before it was presumably fully developed. Got very nice eyes. Yeah, and so they've obviously gone, okay, we learnt about this from when we left. This correlates with them having succeeded in creating that technology. So she's kind of taken that news quite well. Which makes sense. In the monster seat you can get on New Homestead, there's some unique dialogue if you're wearing that when you meet them. It's not even good. It's not even a good monster suit.
Well...
But, yes, I can imagine there is, and I kind of want to see that now. Maybe one day if I remember and I'm doing a New Game Plus or something. How do you all survive for 200 years?
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
Seems like a not stupid contingency plan, really. You know, if we'd never actually managed to develop faster than light travel, then they would be the only humans. Although, I've got to wonder how many people are on the ship if they were expecting to actually, you know, successfully repopulate. There must be a lot of people here, because otherwise you wouldn't have a viable gene pool. I'm also getting flashbacks to watching Passengers, I think it was, recently. That was an interesting film. So, how come your communications are busted?
We're not entirely sure.
How you doing,
Our
Steve?
engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
Yeah, we got basically the same vibe, don't you worry. Seems we're all on the same page. Right, human beings know they're first.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge.
Well, she seems fairly reasonable.
Thank you, Captain. I will follow.
Got even pistols?
For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the
Good. Please don't shoot me in the back of the head.
In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed
some of those
the
happened.
likelihood of an extinction level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time.
Probably was.
Entire generations
Doesn't mean it won't work to
lived
take down
and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Now that
Ship
we've got this
office.
out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
People is what's out here. Although, you've got to say, the technology does look somewhat similar to what's
So, here we are.
still available. I mean, there are differences, but it's a simpler form of it. Wrong button. Not moving that place? Okay. Yeah, like all this is stuff you can build in your outpost. But then again, you would expect that to be in some ways a bit more basic. They don't seem to have any piloting options, but I'm guessing it primarily uses autopilot. With them, you know, expecting to die along the way. And, you know, kids take over. They're actually training them might be a bit awkward if you actually ever want to get to your destination. Okay then, Captain. Let's chat.
The outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Good for you. Is it difficult being captain of a colony ship?
Difficult is the wrong word.
It's a nice
It can
outfit.
be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Well, limits. How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition.
Oh,
Because
Captain
of that,
Park Queen
I've
then.
had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
Well, that's an interesting comment. Right. Before I advance this,
Safe travels to you.
BRB, I'm going to have a shufty around your ship, because it looks interesting. So this is the captain's quarters. We'll start with your bedroom if I can. Seems I can.
Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Yeah, this looks awfully a lot like my quarters, only slightly more spacious. I was just thinking I was going to ask for one of her uniforms as a reward in the event that I helped him out. Where's the door? There it is. Yoink. It's quite nice. Not really, doesn't really suit my character that much, or just doesn't go with a hat at the least, anyway. But, you know. Ship full of pre-war, it is knowledge. Yeah, there's some of that. What's his name? The guy who was initially part of Fallout 1's development. Basically said the idea behind the vaults was to, initially at least,
We don't need to see what it can do.
the initial idea behind the vaults was to kind of experiment, test and see what could be done in the event of a need to get humanity off Earth. I'll take that, and it's not theft. Expert from Rupert Breckenridge's last autobiography, published on Earth before departure of the Constant. Crisis looms in our future, whether we want to believe it or not. While Earth may not be fragile, it's faced with a number of mass extinctions, meteor strikes, ice ages, wars, and other global catastrophes. The human race has only one home, and if that home becomes inhospitable, no number of underground bunkers will be enough to survive the tide. There's a Fallout nod for you, for sure. Precisely this is why I started the Earth Colony Ship Initiative. It's why I reached out to the best and brightest minds of the 22nd century for funding and their expertise. If humanity is not only to survive but thrive, then we must shoot for the stars. It is my hope that others reading these words will join me in this endeavour and follow my lead. I'm tired of waiting for politicians of the world to agree on a course of action to preserve humanity for all of time. That's why it's up to us, up to private enterprises, such as my own Bracken Global, to develop our own ventures. Upon its completion, the ECS Constant, will be the first ship of its kind, a colony ship built to transport a section of humanity beyond our solar system and deep into territory unknown, to our new Garden of Eden. Paradiso, Garden of Eden, well... my scientists assure me our new home is fundamentally perfect in every way, and I aim to keep it that way. It will be a world built on renewable energy, a reliable, equitable foundation on which our society will grow. And from there, new colony ships will be built and sent to new planets to colonize them under the same ideals and values. A brilliant new future for humanity. Although it may take hundreds of thousands of years, I have little doubt it will lead humanity to brave new frontiers and set a shining example for any other life that we may find along the way. The rest of the book meanders, talking about grand designs for future utopias and such. Seems reasonable, but in hindsight, ambitions a little too lofty. He's got the same beard I have. Rupert L. Breckenridge, Rupert Breckenridge, Boris Breckenridge, Alexander, Diana, that's the current captain, right? Philippe, and Eliza. Okay, what have we got over here? Jacinda and Matilda. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. So 9 generations. Interesting.
Stay out of trouble. I have lived my entire life in the Constant. I'm not sure how else to live.
Let's go. Move your fat metal ass.
Strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
I don't really want to be honest. kind of admire what you achieved. 200 years of peaceful society is better than most of humanity's done. Excuse me, folks.
Stay out of trouble.
Is this about my decision?
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
I was the stubborn one in this relationship. I know you feel obligated to volunteer, but...
Interesting. Maybe a bit more going on than meets the eye. So we're going here. A very, very, very pretty looking
We got strict rules
garden,
around here,
apparently.
but they're strict for a reason.
Yes. That's the way down. This is not the way we came. This is something else. Engineering that way. Okay.
How many times I've had to make do with inelegance?
That's all. Down we go.
Hi there.
Hello there. Not bad.
Hi.
Okay.
I've seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Record, security, crew quarters, lift. Don't think I came down
It's
here.
gonna be more interesting from here on out.
Armory, huh? What you got in your armory?
We don't need to see what it can do.
No, you really don't. AKs and shotties and pistols. Sure about what you'd expect. There's no pistols in here, but still. I've seen somebody toting one. Brig. Yeah, alright. We're going up or down or not, but let's have a look. Something strange about some of those plants.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Down, I guess. Well, these look like Hope Tech brigs. More or less. I feel like this could be an extensive quest line, potentially. The potential and the setup is here for it.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going.
Crew quarters, okay. See, I still do want more stuff like this for like ship designs, you know. So I would very much like to have crew quarters based on that on my ship, as opposed to just the captain's quarters, which I already have. Live it.
Hi. Hello.
Happy birthday. He's got a name. He seems a bit goofy, but he's got a name. Who's this? Unnamed.
I wonder what else is out there.
Regular old uniform. I'm not going to be able to nick that one, I don't think. Give it a go, see if it works. Apparently it did. Wasn't really expecting it to, but hey.
Sure, it is nice to know there are other people out there.
Why is there Galactic and Parsec Pooch and stuff? There's
So much more to learn about now.
some stuff here I would expect, but there's a whole bunch of stuff I wouldn't as well. Which I think is probably just a result of limited number of sort of decoration items available. But nonetheless, quite cool.
What it's like out there beyond our little community.
Still nick their plants, same as everywhere else. Costa. That'd be the doctor who's decided to come down here. Interesting. It'd be very easy to get lost on this ship. I haven't seen anything that looks like a school yet, which I feel like they would need given the way they've set up.
Just stay out of trouble.
I remember.
So I haven't had a Shuftian record yet.
some sort of alien or something.
I mean, I wasn't born on Earth, so from your perspective.
Just because our equipment's old?
Put that back.
I appear to have been fucked.
And to think all this time we thought you were alone.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Reload, just to be on the safe side. I wish there was an extra option. Oh, we'll see how that goes, Steve. Yeah, it does feel like a bit of a flying vault, doesn't it? Well, like hurtling through space for hundreds of years and absolutely robbed by the first ship they meet. Yeah, sounds about right. That's quite cool. As far as a detail goes.
Hey! Give that back!
Sorry. Old Earth has been kept in tribute. Yeah, the circulation tribute. That makes a certain degree of sense. I feel like those would not be the ones, though. But yeah, that does make sense.
I've lived my entire life.
Although Monopoly and stuff are still around because they sell, right? Maybe saw me pinch that. Let's see if I get away with it this time.
Hey.
Hello there. And you think they've got the right design for things? I could see an efficient design's not changing. That's not an efficient design. How are you supposed to close the door when you're using the grapper? Even if you tuck yourself all the way in the corner, that door's still going to hit you.
Just saying, the week before we arrived, how cold and alone it felt out here.
I wonder what it's like out
There's a lift around somewhere. See if it goes down another floor, because I feel like there is another floor down. That's that one? Yeah, I don't think I've been down here yet.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien or something.
I remember.
Quite cool. I mean, the plants look fine to me. We've only got park vibes.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Well, travels fast, huh?
Sure is nice to know that.
Oh, cool, huh? Anyway, I'm not really robbing, I'm blind. I'm just nicking a few uniforms for, you know, like nostalgia and posterity and
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then
stuff.
again, I haven't
So this is where I came in. Okay. I mean, didn't go that way. Did go this way. Right. Should have this place more or less figured out in a minute.
I'll give you one of my extra potatoes.
Is that what they're calling it these days, huh? Giving them the extra potato. No? Okay.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
And to think, all this time, we thought we were alone.
Sometimes
Medical bay.
choices must be made. Live on this ship.
Oh, hell, that's a creepy fucking bit of side dialogue. Mausoleum. So a morgue with candles then. Okay.
I wonder what.
When the doctor's like, we did what we had to keep everybody alive on the keep humanity alive. I'm just like, ding ding ding, alarm bells ringing. Yeah. Might be the only remaining examples of Earth flora. That's possible. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there are other places where okay, right. Where people have brought stuff with them and kept it cultivated and it is still going in places.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do. The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change.
Okay, so we should have one more floor up top, which I can't seem to find a staircase to. This is the command level. That's the residential level, and that's the hydro... Shit. I appear to have been clocked.
Stay out of trouble.
Ah, that's the classroom. I knew they had to have one somewhere. Somehow, somebody has randomly decided they've clocked me with something I shouldn't have. I'm sure there's another staircase somewhere that I've lost.
Now that we know what's out there.
There. So this seems to go down 2 floors?
Careful waving that fancy gun around.
Yes, this goes down 2 floors. Okay. The residential floor is sort of a weirdly mezzanine type thing. It can be accessed this way, because I seem to recall I did access it this way. Now through the mess hall. Where's the mess hall access? Let's go, you're in my way again, buddy. Ah, this way. Okay. Now I'll get my head wrapped around it. This comes down to, yeah, like halfway down to a kind of mezzanine type living level, which has...
Wow. Hi.
Security, living quarters, records. Okay, cool. Right. So, my next stupendous trick. So reload that, because somebody clocked that I'm carrying something in my pockets that I'm not supposed to have, and apparently these guys have X-ray vision. Developed through years in space, I'm guessing, or some craziness like that.
If there is ever anything you need from me, I will do my best to help.
Right. Should be okay now.
Entire life in the Constant.
We'll see.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Up to the classroom. No, I thought the ring about the tree. Just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not there.
Hey, weren't you just saying the week before we arrived how cold and alone it felt out there?
But, yeah, we haven't really seen much, have we? The odd bit of foodstuffs, really, but...
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change.
Also, that doesn't make a lot of sense, because... Yeah, it's 200 years too recent. Is RNG for you. Right.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
Let's talk about your situation.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
People in Paradiso want the same. I'll help. Sounds like you're trying to offload the hard part to someone else. What's in it for me? What's wrong with your communication system?
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating.
That makes sense, but if a little short-sighted.
Something we saw in an old movie, but
Independence Day reference.
If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Cool. Right. Sure.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
Yeah, no fucking shit, that's what you want. Could do that if you tell me what you'd like to say to them. Diplomacy may require compromise. If you had a claim on this planet, how could others settle here? Because they got here first. Why not try another planet? Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is going to be.
When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that there would be no need for a formal claims process. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony, to be named New Jamestown. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem, but again, here we are now.
Probably lost records. Can imagine not interested. Also, hard when there is, like, humanity has no way of getting out there or being out there. How can you make a claim to anything? But it's all a bit weird. But yeah. It's definitely, I hope they don't plan to try and move the people who are down there on, because, you know, that's not going to end well. That's interesting, Steve. Yeah.
Yes. Well...
Could you go somewhere else? Probably yes, but it'll take long generations to get there.
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
That does sound a little bit like she's lacking in diplomacy there. On the other hand, their ability to go somewhere else is a reasonable issue. Mind you, it wouldn't be that hard to decamp them from this ship onto, excuse me, a more modern, much faster one with a grav drive and take them somewhere else that way. But, yeah, compromise is probably going to be required.
Yes, yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such. But initially, I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
You've got no chance in hell of that. You're out of your mind, they're not going for that. The planet's huge, trying to sit on the other side of it away from others. There's no way they'll go for that.
I'm I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight
No,
for it.
you don't.
But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
Oh dear. Well, I'll go and talk to the fella, but I'm not going to... You either kind of make nice or F off somewhere else is how this is going to go, because any claim you think you have is completely invalidated by the fact that there are people living there already. Any prior claim they thought they might have had by leaving first is completely irrelevant. Oh, yeah, okay.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Just stay out of trouble.
I think the legal right's completely irrelevant. The legal side is meaningless.
I want to hear one of my stories? Or do you have one?
So the fact that there are people down... Yeah, they're running a business, which is also kind of meaningless in a lot of ways, but the fact there are people who live there and are already living there means when you arrive later and say, well, I wanted it first, it's like, well, no, you didn't. For starters, you hadn't been born. Secondly, tough shit. They live there. The legal side of it is completely irrelevant. Now, the moral side of it, that's pretty relevant. The legal side is only relevant if it's in the same place as the moral one, which isn't. So, the legal thing's not relevant.
Ships separated.
But, as the other option we had to point out was, it's a massive-ass planet, and there is definitely a problem there. There's definitely plenty of room for everybody, so... Right now, I don't see a moral conundrum at all. We'll see whether or not one emerges. I mean, it's a massive, as far as I know, it's a massive-ass planet that's capable of supporting everybody, and only a small proportion of it is actually inhabited, so there shouldn't be a problem. But we'll see whether or not that's actually how it pans out. It's a rough answer, but it's the facts. I mean, it's the same thing as, like, attempts to colonize other parts of the world throughout history, as Noel was making remarks in the direction of there. You turn up to, well, also what's been going on the last 50 years in a certain part of the world that's on the news quite a bit at the moment. You turn up somewhere else where somebody else already lives and say, well, I've got a prior claim. Your claim isn't worth shit. Like, no. But in this particular instance, as far as I know currently, we'll see if that stays that way, there should be plenty of room for everybody. Also, this is gorgeous, by the way. Frame rate has absolutely tanked, which is a tiny little bit worrying. Down here. I think there might be something on here I do need to modify, but I can't remember what I turned down. So I haven't done it right now. Yes, DLSS is on and should be good. VSync's on because when I turned it off before there were issues. Yeah, I need to look into that maybe. But yeah, this is a very, very cool location. That's a really nice reception area.
Yes?
I don't think I've seen a Tranquility tea shop yet. Seen plenty of Terrorberry, but no Tranquility. And it's pretty nice, actually. Less so on that side, but this side's quite nice. Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
No matter how many open MPs always had, you better watch out. Passive aggressive. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of work on those systems that could be done. It's very, very, yeah. Colonial. General store, huh? Okay.
Need something?
Jesus.
Welcome to Paradiso gift shop and
He
convenience.
seems bored.
Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me.
What do you get the impression you don't like your job?
Why would I? I have to sell overpriced crap to rude, obnoxious tourists all day. My uncle works for the Paradiso board. When he said he could get me a job here, I expected an executive level job, not this.
Yeah, because he's just going to get you straight on the board, yeah.
I don't have to worry about getting fired, and I live in Paradiso for free. Now, can I get you something, or are you going to keep asking questions about my life?
Sure, can't take down on any other prices.
No. Ugh. You people always think that just because we're some French planet and not part of the free stars or whatever, that we're happy to haggle for everything. I wouldn't even care, honestly. But they take it out of my pay if any money's missing, so
Fair point.
no discount.
Is there any plan you can find a swimsuit? Well, let's have a look around for that then.
Yes, that's what I'm here for.
Any interesting weapons? Not really. No. Don't have what I need. What I lack. Resort wear. Oh, I like that. That's awful. Very Barrett. I feel like that's more Barrett than that is. That's also cool. Spacesuits? Nothing interesting. Okay. That's quite cool.
Have fun out there.
Working at a tea shop on Paradise must be the worst. I mean, I think the tourist thing will probably be the worst issue, you know? Dealing with all the awful tourists. Speaking of that, somewhere down here was where we married the late Sarah Morgan, just over there. I wonder what's behind door number 1. Somebody's chalet.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, don't mind me. Just taking a look to see if you've left a swimsuit lying around. You are getting sleepy. You are getting sleepy. You will not see me rob you. No, I'm going to try somewhere else first. Well, it was worth a shot. Seems like the only chill operator volunteered to get replaced by self-service. Yeah, it looks about right, I think. Big enhancing on the wall. Didn't leave any in the bathroom either. Don't mind me. Right. So captain's uniform, officer uniform, general crew uniform, resort wear, my resort wear of choice, resort wear, that one, and a swimsuit. Looking kind of like a Ken doll, I'm afraid to say there, with the level of detail on the torso. But that's unfortunate, isn't it? A spot on the beach. Is that a beachside bar there? Looks like it should be. Anyway, some more chalets over that side. Guess that's the main hotel, is it? With presumably somewhere up there also the offices and stuff.
Hey.
Junks. I mean, it seems alright for a nice, like, short holiday, but I don't think I'd want to be here for a long period of time. I think I'd get bored. And a Paradiso uniform either, if I could half-inch one of them. Executive floor is where I need to be. I'm currently in the lobby. Premium suites, deluxe penthouse, rooftop terrace. Ooh, does that mean I can get somewhere to live here as well? Perfect opportunity to include a Protectron voice, for sure. Self-service till's got to be a Protectron. It's a nice floor. Down on your hands and knees to clean up. I can only assume there's been a spillage of some kind.
Let me know if I'm able to help with anything.
This is quite nice. I don't know what this backdrop here is, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. Just be on the safe side in case
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I just teleported through the door a little bit. Okay. Kind of do. You have a problem with shipping orbit? I'm here to help. Important business. Don't you know who I am? Do I really need one? Do I really need one?
I'm afraid so, yes. Sorry, but that's just how it is with the
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that backdrop IRL either.
Very busy, so any outside parties need to book appointments in advance.
Problem with the shipping orbit, and I'm here to help.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
50 squid? What's it like working here?
I can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But
that's not a high-pressure job, that's a shit job.
Nice executive suite at the hotel to live in, so it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps.
It does help. Though I'm not sure it offsets them being arse hats, but you know. What's everyone's thought when the ship showed up?
People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity.
Looks so different and it's so massive.
It just stayed there.
So many puns, so little time.
And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
Tell you know what's going on anyway. Tell me about the board members.
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say.
Okay, let's head on in.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Now that, I believe, is a reference. So we're going that way. No, we're going this way. Okay. So, oh, I see. It was her who shouted up.
Know if you need anything.
That was very confusing. Especially as it said just go in here and didn't point me to her, which would have helped.
Hope you're staying safe out there.
So, yeah. Let's see how this goes. quick save again. Liking the backdrop in there as well. That's quite a nice little looking bar back there.
We should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
Ah, I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here.
Fair.
We should embrace that.
Blom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront in a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs. That sort of thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'll
but
look into what that will cost us.
there's no reason you can't have both.
Just doing my part to make sure Paradiso remains a paradise.
Right then.
Some time for you, but keep it quick, yeah?
Okay, maybe I'll sod off and just screw you over instead then. You the only 3 board members?
No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world. Doesn't bother me, though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from on that, to be honest. Well, tell me about Paradiso.
We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe.
Yeah, definitely down for a bit gallivanting, for sure.
I'd say we've succeeded. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without
Leisure.
renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal.
Deliberately. You operate this resort outside Cell Systems.
Not quite. We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. Makes
So,
things
yes,
easier.
then.
We don't pay any taxes. We don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks. And no one minds because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works for everyone.
Always when the shit hits the fan, you need somebody to stand up for you on a larger scale. Neither of the factions are going to do it because you don't subscribe to any of them, or at least not without you becoming part of that faction. Anyway, strange ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome.
Me.
Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Despicable, it's not true. Sure, whatever, brilliant. People are not going to fall for that. Why is this problem so urgent? Why's the problem so urgent?
We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some bodgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners around the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene.
So we've got people who want to force their way in in a colonizing kind of way, and we've got corporate bellends who are probably going to be really unpleasant from the other direction. I don't know whose head I want to whack the hardest, to be honest. Let's just get to the matter at hand.
We're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
Generation ship full of colonists from Earth here after 200-year journey. Rickety old ship full of uptight colonists who think they own your planet. I mean, that's kind of true. Old Earth colonists desperate to settle after 200 years. You can exploit that. Hey, what would you say if I told you it really was an alien mothership here to destroy the planet?
I'd say you're full of it and might have been watching too many movies. Now, instead of wasting my time, want to tell me what it really is?
Yeah. Not going to go down... Not going to give him too much crap yet on the ship. Also, not going to encourage him to exploit them either. So we're going with that one.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them quite a bit too. They'd need to work off all their
So
debts
you're
before
suggesting
being allowed-
enslaving them. We're going to shoot her.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home.
It'll probably fall
We could
apart,
even lend
but
our
yeah.
engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds
That's
costly.
not bad.
We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely
Yeah,
to
you
even
can.
have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, just give them a grav drive and updated star maps as a, I don't know, charitable gesture, and then show it. And yes, you can afford it, because if you can't afford one grav drive and a set of star maps, then you've already got the engineers to do the work, so that's not a problem. But if you can't afford that, then your business is going to collapse anyway, and you kind of have no say anyway, because you'll be leaving. But yeah, somehow I don't think their position works at all. Indentured servant's not going to happen, and she's getting shot on my way out. Why do I have... Shut up, dickhead. Why do I have to buy the grav drive? That really needs sorting in the next update. I really hope Bethesda will stop them yelling at you while you're trying to figure out what you want to say. Or at least slow down the rate at which they do it. You're just going to destroy the ship. Can we let some other authority handle this? Sit on the other side of the planet or something. Yeah, that's what I'm going to push for. Indentured servants?
Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be
You
a
fucking
mutual
did. She
contract
did.
For room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff.
I'm shooting him as well, because he's also a dickhead. Why would I have to buy this grav drive?
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being
That's
more
fair.
than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
Or you could pay it and improve your image by doing so. Think of it as an investment. But letting them colonise on this massive-ass planet that there's plenty of space for them to settle on. I mean, there's a long-term consideration about what letting them settle here might do to the environment over time. But they want to go renewable and stuff anyway, so they probably are... Well, they do seem to have a sort of a cultural desire to protect the environment, so odds are as good as any that they might not destroy the planet. Evening, Troika, how are we doing? So you suggesting I destroy the ship?
I'm not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will.
Yeah, you would have to... I think even if I was going down that kind of evil, which I'm not, then he'd have to offer a monumental sum of money, and all the other options would probably be cheaper. Because that's a lot of people to blow into space, even if you are evil. Why not let some other authority handle this? Because we're outside the cell systems.
3 stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently.
Yeah, you got a PR team. You can make it good for business. You've already talked about doing that. Why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
Take the pictures of, if they're on the other side of the planet set up over there, you're on this side of the planet, take the pictures of the side where your business is. Would make more sense anyway, wouldn't it? It's a non-issue. And, you know, you take the pictures as the planet turns so that the optimum view is illuminated by the sun, and yeah, there's just a non-issue here. He's just inventing bullshit reasons for being an asshole. Yeah, the human beings, and you're worried about landscaping? No, it isn't. Your time is running out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not suggesting the people on the ship for 1 second should get to kick them off. The people who work here, particularly the people who live here, they're here, it's their home. That's all there is to it. On the other hand, they're in one small area of an entire fecking planet. There is space for everybody. And taking any other attitude is really shitty on their part. It's not like anybody's suggesting they need to be kicked out of their homes. It's just like, yeah, you know that other continent over there where nobody lives? They're going to be over there. Not sure why they'd actually have to negotiate on that either. Because, I mean, they'd probably turn around and try and drive them off at the point of a gun if they don't negotiate, I suppose. That's the other problem. Say, okay, they're going to settle over there. If you don't like it, tough shit. It doesn't affect them anyway. Well, minimally. Maybe from a business standpoint, potentially, but probably not.
Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't. Guess we're tabling it for now. Let's circle back around ASAP, though.
Right. For the crime of trying to make somebody a slave, I sentence you to die. Right, where's the other asshat run off to? There you are. And for being a cunt, you can die too. You won't need those either. Hey, get back down on the floor. Right. Has to be done. Maybe the replacements will be a little bit more agreeable. They brought it on themselves, didn't escalate at all. She wants to make them slaves, and he wants to either make them slaves, have them killed, or make me pay you to send them somewhere else, which is probably the way this is going to have to end up going. But no, they're reaping what they sow.
Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to see outside. Hello? I didn't realise Kiwi was letting people in here.
So about that colony ship.
You've made your decision. We can help them resettle here and work off their debt, or we can outfit their ship with a grav drive at your own personal expense.
Or you could go with the humane option, stop being a complete cunt monkey. Buy the grav drive, take the deal, hypothetically, what could make a ship like that go away? What after all this, they continue to insist that their claim predates yours. Irrelevant. Let's see what he has to say. But
they'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside...
I already said there won't be records of it, so...
I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
You need to make a compromise as well, but you're not making one, you're being a cunt. What would make a ship like that go away?
I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort.
You are, you lying two-faced piece of shit.
Made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have
You're suggesting sabotage? There's
There's
literally no difference, see.
The reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer.
It's not so much slaughtering a board of directors, Gray, as it's slaughtering a board of dictators, which is clearly fine. You know, I'm not talking about hundreds of people, I'm talking about 2 people who have it coming. You know. You open your mouth and you pay the consequences. think 300 and the diplomat got kicked into a hole because he said the wrong thing. He should have said the right thing, shouldn't he? I have diplomatic immunity. You're an asshole. Die. No. It's that kind of thing. Like, all he has to do is be a reasonable, decent human being, and he doesn't get shot in the face. It's not exactly a high bar I'm asking him to clear, is it? Like I'm saying he's got to buy the entirety of New Atlantis to house them in. Just say, okay, go settle over there. Literally, it's a sentence. You can't even manage to say one pleasant sentence. So yeah, he deserves getting shot in the face. Repeatedly. And then teabagged. Well, I'll buy the grav drive because I'm not making slaves of them.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck. Right. On behalf of the Paradiso group, we appreciate your help.
Well, there's that true, no? Yeah, copper takeover. It's just, you know.
This place writes itself.
Put it this way, they're advocating for crimes against humanity, and those are on it often punished fairly harshly, are they not? So I'm just cutting out the Hague and skipping straight to sentencing. Oh, and one other thing. Bad people get what's coming to them. That's all there is to it. I am kind of curious about what else is going on here. But, yeah, let's start the rooftop terrace now. Shifty around. Thoughts of ego, corruption, and do yeah, but only works within freestar space, really. Once I'm out in the sticks, I'm not actually within my jurisdiction here. So I'm more making an executive decision to give him exactly what he deserves. This is very nice.
I don't think
I haven't seen any reason to come up here as part of the quest or anything, though, so it's easy to miss. Ooh. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but okay, I'm kind of curious what's down there. The environment's trying to push me to a very untimely demise. I think I might have twisted an ankle there. We've got a little gig going on up here. Stage.
Not to be a downer, but this place is almost too...
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably enjoy it for like a week or so at most, but beyond that, I'd get really bloody sick of this place after that, I think. One of the reasons beach holidays just do not appeal to me. But it is quite nice. But yeah, look, I mean, look at the area they're using. Like this lake and the spaceport out back. As far as we can tell. Not at all a problem that they could find somewhere to live. Not. Yeah, there's definitely better options that should be available in this. It's a little, it's another good example of like a little bit more time and stuff, and they could have expanded the range and the potential of this. Interesting. I wonder if I can buy an apartment here, because I will if I can. Probably at the end of this quest line if I can. Executive floor, premium suites. But yeah, should be able to use my persuasion skill to get a better deal for them, like a decent outcome. Or, you know, politely assassinate the board and take over. Or, yeah, find some way to undermine the board and have them kicked off the board and then take over and, you know, become the director of Paradiso or a senior board member here and push for a better outcome, yeah? That would be quite cool. Cuisine Delivery Squad. Have some time, need some credits, join our elite cuisine delivery squad. Contact that number, :pizza, and apply today. So they want pizza delivery people. Missing rose gold earring with sapphire center. Synthetic, no monetary value, high sentimental value. Please return to somebody. Contact this address if found. So this is the posh suite, apparently.
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they know to stay away for the most part.
Put up a big fight, and pirates come here on holiday too. They tend to do the job, don't it?
Everything here is a little more expensive than I expected. Guess that's how they get you.
Yep. Yeah, and this is another opportunity where you could explore the suites. There could be more going on, but there's only one opening door here. The rest of these are just all made to look like doors. Again, it's the reach exceeding grasp thing. Though I really do, again, like the design. It's very nice. Untapped potential. But again, mods will probably... sooner or later, those rooms will open up and stuff will be going on via mods. After Subway calling somebody a sandwich artist. Yeah, definitely. I would 100% agree with that, no? How my guy looks at the moment. Really heavy and slow in third person, though. Anyway. Cannibal! Well, we're at the resort. We might as well take a little holiday, hadn't we? Work on my tan a bit and stuff. Space door there. Delivery or something. Yep, there is a bar down here. Of course there is. Nice. Look like a tiki bar or something. So the most god-awful outpost here just outside. Yeah, that would be funny. Though, I don't know, maybe we'll build an outpost on Paradiso one day. Just if only a small one. You had a bit of a difference of opinion there, did you see, as to what constituted a good holiday? Yeah. Like, I mean, a couple of days on the beach would be okay, but I want to do a bit more than that. I would get very, very bored otherwise. I mean, it's not really my character's look, is it? But that's a lab coat's quite nice. To the ship.
We try to stay out of our guests' way.
I feel like I should take more pictures of this place, because it is really quite pretty. Landing pads in a crater, which is also quite pretty. And, well, I suppose the liners and stuff must land over on the other side over there a bit, logically, and the people who come in via, you know, cheaper transport would have a bit further to walk to get to the resort, whereas the people who've got exclusive landing, like their own ships, like me, can land a little bit closer in. Although you'd also think the spaceport would be like round the other side of a cliff or something and away from the main resort, so the constant noise of ships coming and going wasn't such an issue. And then they'd bus you in or something. That'd be the way I'd set it up. Could blow up spaceport. Anyway, how are we doing for time? Ooh, crikey. We need to either overload the reactor, fuck no, or go tape tech, which is the plan. Get the means to send them elsewhere. Which they're probably not going to be very, very happy about, but you know. I also feel like this might be a potentially shorter quest line than it could have been as well. I feel like it could have been a whole expansive thing. It's cool, but yeah. Reach exceeding grasp.
Ships clear and the skies cold. Red apogee, surrounded by stars and the vastness of space.
Nice. Off to Hooptown, which is over in Valley System, isn't it? Externarian. Let's go. Yeah, lots of fun little details in there. I wonder if perhaps it's just a little on the underused side, that location. Of course, we have yet to have DLCs, so who knows what that might add in, and certainly does leave a lot of potential for mods to be slotted in as well. A lot of space to fit mod storylines and stuff in. Which is quite cool. Very interesting to see on down the line what gets done with this game by modders and stuff. Of course, Bethesda are going to have to kind of pull a good job on this in the next year or two to kind of entice people to commit to doing that. Because modders have a bit mixed feelings at the moment.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your...
Where are ye? Bit of a bug issue going on here. In that they are attacking me because of a disagreement with Ron Hope during the 3-star Ranger quest line. But I'm not getting into any kind of trouble for defending myself. So they just shouldn't be attacking me because that's over and done with, but apparently they are. Aha! So this is the guy. We spotted him when we were here the first time. I was like, wonder what his deal is.
Oh,
Did it? Benny St. James.
someone worth paying attention to.
Thought he might possibly have some, be like Ron Hope or something. But, nope.
Oh, hello. I'm not used to people wanting to talk to me.
It's like being an engineer.
Oh, it's marvelous. Generally, they only care about efficiency, cost effectiveness, and reliability. Oh, sure, there are the odd complaints about comfort and lack of decent airflow, but they almost always side with the numbers.
Whenever you go into take, you have to kill 2 guards, then everyone immediately that goes back to work like nothing happened. Yeah, exactly. It's just a spillover from that quest, I think. Like, that Ron Hope's guards attack you depending on how the end of that quest pans out, or how you choose to go with it. And presumably a couple of them respawn and continue to attack you even after the quest ended, which is what I think's happening here. What ships have you worked on?
Well, all of them. I've been with Mr. Hope since near the beginning.
Most of what's on my ship as well, then.
My attention to detail and my focus on the fundamentals. Although he has been hinting that the R&D budget may dry up if I don't produce results.
He ain't hinting shit, mate. He's dead. He's very dead. He pulled a gun on a 3-star ranger and caught him dead to rights. Basically forcing, well, yeah, destroying people's farms, forcing them off their land, and trying to basically be very, very corrupt about saving his company that's not doing so well. Fortunately, there's a new board of directors coming in now, though. So hopefully they'll be able to salvage it. Well, new people promoted into his place, anyway. Hey, you're an expert with grav drives and other ship parts. Need to ask for a favour.
Sure. That sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Good. Oliver Campbell sent me. I'm here about a grav drive for an old colony ship. We're busy. Need to know if you can help put a grav drive on an old colony ship or not. Let's go to the top one.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you.
Just did say that.
Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era. And I have a
Last one I could got here, he didn't.
So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built.
Didn't take off.
But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape too. Parts not cheap though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor and it's yours.
Really, really old grav drives. This isn't going to tear the atmosphere apart on whatever planet they go to and have a repeat of Earth, is it? Because, yeah, that shit did not go so well. We've recently discovered. Let's see if we can't lower that price a little.
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
Yeah, who the hell's asking for them, though? No one's offered to buy it. These people don't have money. I'm paying out of my own pocket. The profit doesn't compare to the freedom we begin these people. And do you believe in karma? Helping these people out is bound to come back to you in a big way. Yeah, well, nobody's going to buy it because it's so wildly obsolete, but not interesting enough to be an antique or a museum piece.
True. I keep telling myself I'm holding on to it for the right time. Perhaps this is that right time.
Freedom, karma. Let's try freedom you be giving these people.
As much as I'd love to, I just don't know if I can afford to take a loss on this. Again, I'm sorry.
It's about helping these people who can spread. You can get recognition. Yeah, that seems like a good one. I'm going to try that one. Yes.
That's something
Done
I
it.
hadn't considered. I could be famous, and with that comes more lucrative contracts.
Yeah,
Tell
exactly.
you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the pod for free, I won't charge you for the work.
Good. You're not doing the work anyway. 5,000 credits. That's better. Still a lot, but okay.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work.
Be a big wad of XP at the end of this quest.
You go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along.
Yeah, standard stuff now, maybe. What about 200 years ago?
Oliver's people. Pleasant working with you.
Exactly. Oliver's people are doing the work. You don't need to pay for charge for labour anyway. It's not doing any labour apart from having somebody move it onto a ship to ship it over to Paradiso. Don't shoot me. They did not. So yeah, I mean, I got the best. I'm going for the best option, obviously, but I do feel like they're being shitty for the sake of being shitty or outright greedy. The Paradiso board. Greedy, I kind of. I mean, I understand it. I haven't got the slightest bit of time for it, but I understand it. But the pure shitty nastiness that was also in there as well is just like, nah. I'd like to have some kind of version wherein, even if it comes down to it, I have to find a way to replace the entire board with more decent people. And, yeah. I'd be down for that. Or go and find the other board members who are not currently at work and get them to vote the way I want them to. Something like that. There's more that could have been done in there. Certainly have expanded on that. Because we've got 3 board members, but there's a whole bunch that don't turn up regularly. Get them to turn up and vote the way I want to. And we get the outcome that I want. Whether Jevin likes it or not. Off we go. I'm glad we've got a few more quests coming back to Hopetown though. There's a couple in Gagarin as well. But I would like to see in places like this have more going on and feel a bit more like a town rather than just a factory with a couple of associated... A factory, a bar and a police station basically is about all that's here. And a shop. Not even anywhere for the staff to live. Let's go. Yeah, much as I like the look of my ship, and it's cool as well. I didn't realise I had those lights on the top of it. And that bridge I really like. It is kind of just stuck on the top a little bit. Because, I mean, partly a design thing, partly a consequence of the modular nature of shipbuilding in Starfield, which is cool, but... Funny really though, isn't it? Fallout 4, they built this massive modular camp building, outpost building system, settlement building system, that's the word I'm looking for. Third time's the charm, eh? And it's probably the best one they've done, and subsequent ones, each have been a little less good. 76 and now Starfield. And they've created this great shipbuilding system instead. It makes me wonder if subsequent Starfield games might end up with an updated version that's not as good at shipbuilding as this. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm just eyeballing the worst. Well, I am just eyeballing the worst possible scenario because of another unrelated trend. I mean, the engineer is that way. I think I'm on the right level here. Oh no, I have to dip down, don't I? No, it's here. Okay, right.
If the other colonists knew how many times the Constant almost came apart at the seams, whew, well, thankfully I never let it. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome!
Nice little detail on the arm, though.
I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster-than-light travel and eclipse our poor old ship?
Grab drive allows ship to bend space. No idea how these things work. They do. Don't have time for this. Bend space.
I knew it. It's incredible. I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today.
Oh, it's good. I'm Leaf. Something I need to talk to you about. Whatever, look, I need to get. Get it? Yeah, you want to know what's changed since the ship departed. If you know it's rude, maybe you should just stop bombarding me. It's not rude. I get it.
Indeed. Thank you for being so kind and indulging me. You must understand how thrilling this news is for someone like me. Someone who suspected this encounter was, in fact, possible.
More questions. What do you do, Chief Engineer? What do you do about as Chief Engineer?
Some may say I'm a master of keeping things together with nothing.
By some, do you mean you?
And bubblegum. Well, if we had any gum left. Pretty sure that ran out 100 years ago. When I'm not dealing with catastrophic engine failures, I manage the other engineers. We maintain all the machinery, computers, you name it.
Well, interesting that memory of gum is still around 100 years after it disappeared from their society. I feel like there's something that they keep a lot of records on. I mean, and like the quartermasters and stuff might have old records of it, but that's about it. Having your memory challenged. No, I can understand that, Eric.
I know. I'd be speechless in my
Let's have those moments where you go, what? If your predecessors knew about grav drives, why didn't they wait for it instead of setting out?
Great question. I do not know for sure, but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way.
Yeah, left then because they felt that they could, and if they maybes never worked out, then they'd be regretting not leaving when they had the chance. Yeah, makes sense. If the ship is assault, do you have any good heroic engineering stories?
Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. The computer that controls the reactor's various regulators. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of turning into a mess of hot slag. I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown.
Jesus.
And that's how I became the boss around here.
Cool. You're going to be disappointed when you find that duct tape is useless. Yeah, it kind of is in this world, isn't it? Although, I mean, assuming it does what it usually does, I can use it for sticking some things down. Just don't try and repair any ducts with it, because, you know, it's particularly shit at that, apparently. You had more questions?
Yes, so many. Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time.
Not everyone has ships, but many people do. No terraforming. Colonies on there are colonies on inhospitable planets. We use hab units and suits. Sentient life, as far as we can tell. Plenty of diverse living creatures. Not everyone has ships, but many people do.
I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Simply amazing! In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources.
You gotta be pretty damn wealthy to build a ship these days, even in the settled systems, just be honest. Especially if you want something that's entirely custom. My ship cost me about 150,000 credits, at least. At least. No, it's probably more than that, actually, thinking about it. I think the first one cost me about that. No, more like 500,000 credits was closer to where I was, actually, I think. On reflection. 500,000, I think, seems about right. No terraforming, colonies on inhospitable planets.
I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire planet seems improbable. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly limitless habitable planets to choose from out there.
Not nearly limitless, there's a lot. Definitely a lot. No sentient life, but plenty of diverse living creatures.
Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster, more advanced technology and had leapfrogged us. Seems I was right.
Yep. Kind of like tribes living in the deep Amazon and stuff. They'll have evolved roughly at the same time as the rest of us, but those of us outside of those small tribes developed technology and leapt ahead. Ahead. If you want to call it that. Moving on.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I can have a bit of a big personality, I'm told. So let me know if I ever get on your nerves.
I'm supposed to help you prep the ship for a grav drive.
What grav drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do.
I love that there was an Independence Day reference in this, though. I really like that a lot.
This
was fun.
And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
Ready to come in. Sorry, did you say something about explosions?
Oh, don't worry about that. Just a little engineering humor.
We've
kept the ship going with minimal incidents this long. I'm not about to let anything happen to it now. But, to be clear, what we're doing is very dangerous, and we should be prepared for anything.
Need my help?
Yes, of course I need your help. My team needs to stay on top of their daily maintenance, and I need to make my own preparations for this gravity drive you brought us. Your help is going to be vital to this procedure. And have no worries, it'll be easy. I'll guide you through the process.
Let's rock and roll then.
Great. There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it.
Okay. What's this one like? Flange pipes. Okay, I think that was the last thing you said to do, wasn't it? I don't know if doing it in a particular order was necessary. Doesn't look like the order is necessary. Reroute power from port turbo pump to auxiliary cryo radiator.
Heard from the bridge that they've been getting some false positives from the sensor.
The power from port turbo pump, I think it was, wasn't it? Port turbo pump to auxiliary cryo radiator. Okay. Auxiliary cryo radiator. There we go. Nice.
Wow. Hi.
So for the next one, we need to plasma runoff inhibitor to 5%.
I'll get right on it.
Plasma runoff inhibitor in their thing to 5%. I feel like getting this wrong might result in a big bang. And last but not least, decoupled magnetic flange pipe enclosures from auxiliary module assembly. Decouple. Oh dear. Can't remember. What do I need to... That was a longer thing to remember than I thought. Decouple magnetic flange pipe enclosures from auxiliary module. Okay. Assembly. Okay. That was confusing because there were two of them. Okay. Speak to the captain.
Looks like everything is good to
Nice.
both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're
Change the polarity of the neutron flow. Or something. In your shed.
We've got strict rules around here.
Oh dear.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work.
We didn't
Captain
think
Diana.
we would be out here, but I'm glad for it.
Grav drive installed.
Well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
Where will you go now?
We don't yet know, but we did receive a star map from
Oh
the
good, at least they were willing to do that.
I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso. Purima 2 here.
You may have to set your sights a tiny little bit lower and not go quite for paradise. I mean, the occasional bit of bad weather, maybe. Must be rainfall in Paradiso, I suppose. Glad it worked out.
Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
Quite welcome. What did I get? A baseball, some ammo, a piggy bank. Go and see. Baseball, basketball, hockey stick. Oh, cool. Football, piggy bank, air drive retrofit manual. Okay, don't really need that, but anyway. And a fairly nice gun. Red dot sight, except it's not red at all, it's green. Compensator and armor piercing rounds. Quite nice. Quite effective enough, I think. So, there we go.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Still want to go down and shoot the board of directors for being scumbags, but you know.
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
This is a peaceful ship. Stop this nonsense now.
You got lippy. So I gave him a fat lip. I got 600 credit bounty for my trouble.
Now that we know there are other people out there.
Yeah, there's definitely like helping them settle, and there's definitely a couple of lines of potential further exploration there that would have been pretty cool if we'd had the opportunity. I'm getting a bounty added to Paradiso because my crew saw me pick up some stuff that I stole and dropped. I was kind of hoping it might accidentally, you know, a little bit clear the tag or something, but I'm a bit peeved about that. No. New town with shops and stuff. Yeah, definitely a lot of headroom for expanding on the core part of the quest that's there now and doing more with it. Launder it at the Trade Authority, sell it to them and buy it back, you mean? Yeah, that could work. Not going to do it right now. I'm going to head off to my outpost and drop everything off there because I've got a whole bunch of stuff I want to drop off there from today.
Releasing ship from dock. Done.
As time is ticking on a little bit. Use buyback function, otherwise it's painful. Yeah, I was thinking I'd at least try the buyback function. Sun's going down there. It'll be night time by the time I get to my outpost anyway. Yeah, it was a fun questline. Could have done it a lot earlier if I had wanted to. You really need to upgrade the quality of their rain in this game as well, because it's particularly bad. Not exactly the end of the world or anything, but it does kind of stick out that it's not very good. Not too bothered about some of that. I'm going to get rid of that, probably. Oh yeah, all the desk phones we nicked from NASA building. Forgot about them. 11 very ropey looking NASA coffee mugs. NASA notebooks. Some more NASA notepads. Pamphlets. Pen. Pencil case. Plunger. Snow globes. Sports ball. Desk fan. Toy rockets. We have a bunch. Oh, there's still some coffee mugs there I don't need. I don't need on my person anyway. Can have further encounters with the ship and crew. That's cool. Kind of wish I'd done it earlier then. There's additional quests on Paradiso and on the ship. Yeah. I'll have to have a gander and see what else we can find out. Might be one to have a look in. You know what? I think what I'll do is, when I remember, shove some stuff that I'm lugging around on my ship. And then we'll go over to Paradiso, just put down over there, and then we can have a rummage around the ship and Paradiso for any side quests around there next time, because it would be cool to see what else we can get from there. The question how they know it's stolen. The Space Power Ranger uniform was stolen from people who only got the comms working 5 minutes ago. Yeah, they don't know I stole it, so they probably just think it's been misplaced or something at this point. Maybe, probably. I was somewhat concerned. Oh, what's that? By the fact that the yeah, I was somewhat concerned by the fact that I was being reported by my own crew. That was the one. Just ignoring you, go. Yeah, running into yeah. Just not gone to the right places, I guess, or then maybe they pop up like random encounters. To Paradiso. Hey, have you got any 200-year-old cheese on board your ship? Oof. That's smelling a bit ripe by now. Thinking about running down and taking some more pictures, but we can always do that another time if I want. So a nighttime shot of all of this would be quite nice. I've got a daytime one that's currently used as the thumbnail. A little bit further over this way might be the play. Up and up and up and up and up and up we go. Spaceship is smelling like Skyrim team. Yeah, pretty much. Well, for one evening, it's about that time. And there we go. That was fun. Drug parts and cheese wheels. The smell of adventure. Yeah, rotten flesh, dust, and cheese. And, you know, spiders. Spiders. Gotta be done, more like, I would think there, Brad. Yeah. That was fun. I quite enjoyed the quest. I didn't know where it was going to go. I did vaguely remember that quest was out there somewhere. I didn't know what the ins and outs of it were and so on and so forth, but the smell of spider you're uninstalled in the whole game. Yeah. Oh god. I was in here last night and my other half went to bed a bit before me and she came walking straight back in just after I'd heard heading to bed, and was like, by the way, you might want to deal with this now. There's a spider right on my bedside cabinet, not a foot from where my head is. I was not impressed. Very, very glad we dealt with this early. Also, quite offended. It's like, dude, firstly, you don't pay rent. Second, even if you did, you wouldn't be staying there. Shocking behaviour. Yeah. Fun quest. Glad we got to explore Paradiso a bit. Looking forward to exploring it a little bit more. We'll probably run around in a swimsuit or something just for the lols next time. I'm not surprised there are more quests to be found there. I'd be more surprised if there weren't, because it's not the biggest place around. I feel like there could be more to it, which I usually end up feeling with almost everywhere. Even Neon could be a bit bigger and more expensive and have a bit more going on to really capitalise on its size. The strip through the middle of Neon is really cool, but the rest around it feels too small. It needs to be bigger. I do feel like Akita City is maybe at a pinch the only place that's like kind of about bob on. It's telling me I'm having issues with my connection at the moment, and that my upload rate is not going as well as it should do. Keeps dipping back a bit. That kind of sucks. Getting some dropped frames. Got a bunch of dropped frames. Which it claims is 5%. 1,000 frames, 5% of the number put through. Given that the number of frames put through is 300,000, it seems like it might be a little bit off. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Keeler feels like it's much more like a small town, and proportions are right. And of them all, it's the most convincing and believable one, I think. Like New Atlantis feels like it's meant to be a space sci-fi city, but there's no nightlife almost at all, and there's no nighttime routine really. The tower blocks are there. I would assume most people live in apartments in the tower blocks, except that there are no apartments in the tower blocks. There's like 2 apartments at the top, and otherwise it's just a stick. So there's not much to explore there. The undercity, the lower city area in New Atlantis, can't remember the name of now. It's just escaped me. Very, very cool. Like it a lot. Feel like could be a bit more, a bit bigger, a bit more of a maze and sort of an entire undercity down there as well. That would be cool. It's untapped opportunity. It's a cool idea, just doesn't get far enough. Same thing with most of it. Gagarin is cool. Again, could be more. Sidonia, cool, but doesn't feel like they've got anywhere to live. Well, I mean, actually they do. They have the apartments, don't they? But there's still... Sidonia could have been more. Massive that's it, right? Massive backdrop. Massive scale for that backdrop, but the ability to fill it out to an extent that feels convincing is obviously a little bit beyond their reach to do, which kind of sucks. Oh well, what can you do? I understand the reasons and stuff, but the contrast still remains. Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with it, so that's the main thing, isn't it? Neon feels like you should have an additional section. Yeah, probably an upper level or something, and more. The entire outer section feels like it should be more expansive and with more space to live, and like more of a bustling community and businesses. There's a couple of businesses out there. There's a couple of bars and a shop, and that's it. It feels like it should be much more of a bustling city vibe. Not that Neon should be massive, but if it's supposed to be a city, it should be a city, and it needs more bars and casinos and things like that if it's supposed to be a pleasure city. Yeah, I know there's a couple of them, but it just needs more. It's like they're just managed to capture the barest sample of what they're going for. Mind you, they had the same issue in previous games. In Fallout, it's less noticeable because it's the ruins of the world before and smaller shanty towns and stuff. They make sense. But like with Skyrim, you look at the city sizes in Skyrim, the whole country of Skyrim is very, very small, but the city sizes are still not big enough Not that they should be the size of a modern city or anything like that. They definitely shouldn't. They should be a few thousand people at most. But none of them feel like they even have close to that. They feel like they have like 20 people in them. Riften, maybe 50 tops. But that's a village. It's not a city. And yeah, Windhelm's not terrible on that. But yeah, Bethesda do tend to struggle with that a bit. But again, they put so much complexity and interactability into the environments they create, Bethesda, that just how big can they actually go? Plus, it's easy to forget that the number of people who actually work on these games is really remarkably small, especially compared to other companies that are doing similar scale games. Like, they're doing it with between 2 and 4 or more times as many people, and they're still not necessarily making as interactable environments. They go different directions and stuff, but still. And they still have their issues, so yeah. It's in the case of Starfield rather, I think it's just a case of the scale of the setting contrasts a bit more obviously with the limitations of reality. But just what it is. Having a lot of fun. Anyway, on Wednesday, we're going to jump back in and have a look around Paradiso and the ship up top there and see what other quests we can pull out this little area before we do some maybe other stuff. And tomorrow, we'll play some Fallout. Cyberpunk did a good job of Night City. Yes, I would agree there. It does feel like a much more living, breathing, complete city. Still not perfect, but it's a darn sight closer. And in fact, I would say, in terms of convincing cities, it's probably the most convincing I've ever seen in a game, which is not exactly small praise, but that's what they were going for as well, which is cool. But, and it's a big but, and this would be where Sir Mix-a-Lot crashes through the window. No. The thing is, Night City is the entire open world, or most of the open world, and a little bit of the area around it, of the game. It's not a city within a larger game, it's the whole game. So doing that is more possible because their open world is a single city, not an open world, an open nation, or loads of planets. It's a much smaller focused area that's actually only a few miles across. Still a massive achievement. I don't want to belittle the achievement of creating such an impressively living, breathing city. But they're not trying to create a nation. They're trying to create, a small area. Apples to oranges. Yeah, that's that what you were getting at. Sorry. I kind of skimmered a little bit there, I think. Yeah. They did the best job of creating a city, but, when the one city is your entire game, it's not the same as one city in a larger scale. Like, imagine trying to create a game with 10 night cities in it. Suddenly the bar's gotten a hell of a lot higher, and the threshold for hardware limitations. And can you imagine how big the install size for that game with 10 night cities in it would be? My God, you'd be looking at what, a terabyte to install, maybe the better part of 800 gig maybe just to install the game at that size, and you'd probably have to wait 20 years for them to make it because the sheer amount of work that would be involved. Yeah, anyway, Fallout tomorrow. We've got a new week kicking off. I think there's Star Citizen's trying to go back. I've not really looked at Star Citizen, so I haven't really seen, but yeah, there's a level of detail question there that I'm going to guess, not having seen, that they won't achieve. Anyway, new week of challenges and stuff kicking off in Fallout tomorrow. Going to dive into that. My hope is that we'll have the build that I'm currently working on in Fallout up tomorrow. It's the new big, Woodland Mansion thing, prefab. So that thing is a work in progress. I'm going to jump into that in a little bit. And like I say, hopefully I'll have that up tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But otherwise, it might be Wednesday. Wednesday onwards, we'll dive back into Starfield and continue exploring around and seeing how things go. System requirements, no chance. Yeah, I mean, they'd have to manage it by working with what the game loads at any given time. I mean, they do that anyway. It only loads a small area immediately around the player, and then as you move towards a new area, it loads that in front of you and unloads what's coming along behind you. So you're a constantly moving bubble that's section, and the rest of it doesn't actually exist when you're not there. But yeah, even so, the storage requirements would be astronomical. And the sheer time to fill it and populate it with people and quests and whatever else would be massive. Yes, that might explain why it's taken them so long to be Star Citizen as well. Anyway, folks, I'm going to love you and leave you. So thank you for hanging out tonight. Hope you had fun. So I enjoyed our little jaunt through space. We'll dive back into it Wednesday onwards. And yeah, we'll take a little spin around Appalachia tomorrow night, which should be good fun. Okay. Hopefully I'll have that video done. And I'll follow it up with probably a Starfield video of some kind, which might be an Outpost edition, or it might be one of the existing apartments or something, because there's one in Neon for sure, and I need to find out about whether or not there are any in Paradiso as well, because I feel like the penthouse might have at least one apartment up top there that would be cool to check out if I can. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, folks, thank you for hanging out. I hope you had a good evening. Have a good rest of your evening. Good day tomorrow. Do check out all the links down below if you haven't already. Got social media, merch store, channel memberships on that blue join button, and likes and subs and notification bell and all that if you haven't are always appreciated. But for now, have yourself a good rest of your evening. Have a good day tomorrow. Look after yourself. Stay safe. And yeah, catch you tomorrow around, well, hopefully a little bit earlier. I'll try and get myself into slightly better organisation. You know, pigs might fly. And we'll see how that goes. Anyway, episode's a good one. I'll see you tomorrow, folks. And that ain't. Where's my button gone? There it is. See ya.